The other thing I would say is if you've been in the real estate game a while and you think you know what insurance costs, you don't
Mhm.
know what insurance costs. The last 12 to 18 months, we've had significant inflation increases, both in auto and real estate, housing, rentals. Some of my insurance quotes are up 40%.
Yes.
So again, I really think it's paramount for somebody to have an insurance broker in their Rolodex. Alrighty, folks, this is the Hub Call. This is where I check in with the friends and family in Fresno, trying to figure out what's going on in that market. Also trying to provide you value because we can take what's happening in Fresno and really extrapolate it out to the rest of the country. We always go in the order that people attended. And today's winner chicken dinner is Ty. Ty, you are in first. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm excited for the week. It's mid closing out the month of May.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a weird time, but a weird time is a good time if you're active, if you're doing the work, So I'm excited about, this summer. I'm also a little nervous. So believe me, I'm working,
Antennas are up, huh?
yeah, I'm doing the work, man, and I want to make sure I'm just everything I can do to win my clients, to win my team, my partners, everybody around me. So I'm excited
Yeah,
for what's to come.
that's very, very cool. I like
Hey,
it. I
I'm
like it.
just wondering, Michael, we school. I know you got school going, and
Yep.
where can people find that? I've had several people ask me about it,
Yep.
and what exactly are you doing with school, and where can people find it?
Thank you. So school is something I'm really, really proud of. We launched a one rental at a time school community, simply called One Rental at a Time. I'm excited to merge the access I have to other millionaires with people who are doing the work. We've done 3 sessions to date. We did one with Dion and Matt. We did one with Simon, the uneducated economist, and I did a live Q&A, which is something I haven't done in a while. So all of those were only accessible for my school community students. They could ask questions, they could be a part of it. They really could be, it's like a crowd in the arena, which you can participate. And I took questions and facilitated that. I am getting questions from folks about, hey, I'm in the school community. Where can I find the videos? I think that is really cool. So what I'm doing today is until we get to 100, and today we're at 25, I'm not hiding that. When we get to 100, I will be leveraging the tab that says Classroom. Underneath Classroom, you're going to see all of my millionaires, Ty, Matt, Dion, all of those. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to date the presentations, and they'll be in there for you to watch on replay at your heart's content. When I get to 100 students, there will be content only available on school. Today, because we are under 100, I am still publishing every video on YouTube. So if you want to watch a replay, you're not a part of school, you can still watch each and every video. But as soon as we get to 100, what I will do, like when Ty and I talk and we do 2 videos, one will live on school, one will live on YouTube. So if you want original content, you will need to be a part of school. If you want to interact with one of our millionaires, you need to be a part of school. Um, if you want to do one-on-one or you want to do direct meetings with me, school. That's the only place I'm doing them. I can't do them on YouTube. I can't deal with the trolls anymore. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So at this
Explain
point,
where school is and what it is, though, because I don't know that maybe some people are going, "What is it?" There's a few
I'll,
people out there, I'm sure.
yeah. So school is something that Alex Hormozy is got behind. I evaluated lots of other technology. It's basically a platform that allows me to leverage Zoom, a calendar, and a repository for content, plus have all the Facebook options in one place. I have a community that's not going anywhere. It is 2,000 people strong. Unfortunately, I, as the creator, can't communicate with all 2,000. Facebook is very restrictive. So it doesn't let me, the host, help and push content. That's why I had to go find another platform that allowed me to say, hey, for example, tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific, Anna Kelly will be hosting a session with her on school. So really, I tried to use Facebook, didn't work. My courses are still on Teachable, so the links still work. I've had people still buy them. But school is the platform I'm going to merge my millionaires and my growing fan base, just to continue providing new and unique access, new and unique value. So I'll put a link in the show notes. It's like school.com/one rental at a time, something like that. But yeah, I'm really excited. And as always, the price point is stupid low because I just want to make sure it's accessible to everyone. So thanks, Ty. Appreciate you.
Love it.
Elaine, dude,
Hi.
insurance. It's wild out there. More and more people getting cancellations, more and more people having to go California Fair Plan.
Yes.
Um, what are you seeing out there in the insurance world?
Well, there's like me and Matt were talking about earlier. I don't mention much of the auto on here because you guys are about your investments. So, but I'm seeing in the commercial side that there's a lot of stipulations, whether they're going to give you replacement cost coverage or actual cash value on anything where you can't prove you have replaced a roof or plumbing or electrical in the last 20 to 25 years, where that never used to be. They would just write it. There's a co-insurance clause and make sure you're, insuring to value. So I see on the commercial side that there are some stipulations that they're making really, really hard to, they're making you submit photos and proof of, roofs and electrical and things like that. On the home side, though, personal homes, yeah, as long as it's under 4 family units, those are, as long as they're 20, 25 years or newer, they're getting a lot easier to write than they were 6 to 8 months ago.
Oh,
So
good.
that's really good news. Yeah.
Finally, some good news, huh?
Yeah. That's really good news. So, and then personal home and autos, the home side seems to be getting better and opening up. But like I said, they're really crushing on that 20, 25 years or newer aged homes. So if you have a property that's older, or if you're anywhere near certain fire zones, flood zones, you're gonna go California Fair.
Yeah. Well, let's tell people what California Fair is. And as Ty asked earlier off camera, we'll ask it here on camera.
Mhm.
What is the general turnaround time if someone has a cancellation and they need to go California Fair? So what is it? And then timeline.
From the date that they send you the photos and exact photos that you need, they're very specific. At 5 to 7 business days.
Yeah.
So
Very cool. And it's California Fair. Would it be fair to say that's like the last resort?
it
That
is the last resort because you have to remember that's two policies. California Fair doesn't take care of your liability or you can add your personal property on there, but it's super expensive. So you have to have a DIC and that has your liability, personal property, and takes care of all the other losses that are not fire.
Yeah, very, very cool. Again, a
Mm.
lot of stuff going on. Elaine, it's been a little bit. So if somebody wanted to
Yeah.
reach out to you, they got a cancellation, they want to do a comparison. Because the thing
Mhm.
I'm seeing in insurance now is for a long time, we just cared about price because roughly
Right.
speaking, everybody was pretty similar. I'm
Yeah.
seeing insurance quotes that appear at first blush to be reasonable price, but the variables have changed drastically. So
Yes.
if somebody wanted to share a quote with you, how could they do that? Obviously, California is where we focus, but how do
Correct.
they reach out?
They can call or text me at 559-696-9196. My email is elaine@fastsavings.co, and savings is plural and is .co, not .com.
Yeah,
So my cell, the best way is just shoot me a text and then I can always, text them back my email. So 559-696-9196.
there you go, folks. Again, if you're in California, you definitely want to get an insurance broker on your side. Get a lane in your back pocket, put the text in, tell you're out there, because maybe you didn't get a cancellation, but you maybe want to compare quotes. They're really, I've been in California for 25 years. The last 12 months have been wild.
Yeah.
Wild out there. So pretty crazy. All right, Mr. Matt, the mortgage guy. We've got rates popping below 7. We've got Freddie Mac coming out with seconds. We have the Fed telling us that, they're not going higher, not going lower. What the heck's going on in mortgage?
Well, I just got off a session. We're looking at rates last week versus this week. They're about the same, but that tick down from us hitting mid sevens over the last few months down to 7 has definitely caused some people to take a second look, get back in the market. And so one thing I want to remind people is, as a buyer of real estate, whether investor or owner occupied, when rates are high and people are scared, that's opportunity. And
Right.
the window being open, I won't pretend to know when the window will close, but I can almost assure you 6.5%, 6.25%, that window starts to close of how much leverage you have as a buyer, how much you can negotiate and really have the seller in a tight spot where they've been on for 44 days. They have to sell. They don't want to carry 2 mortgage payments, whatever the scenario is in a market where we've got 5 million, 10 million, 15 million more people qualified at 6.5, 6.25, whatever that number is. Like, you're not going to have as much leverage as you have today as a buyer. And so do the work, understand what a mortgage that makes sense and that works for you looks like, and go out there and start submitting offers. I had a couple of offers go out this weekend where, like, what's the worst they're going to say? No, buyers
Exactly.
asking for 20,000 in concessions. You've been on for 40 days. So
Ask
you
away.
probably want to play ball. You probably want to, at the very least, counter to me. And so that's fun from somebody who's on team buy side like I am, to be in that type of market. I don't know, how long and how wide that window will be, because I know for certain when rates come down, more demand is coming. And before I forget to mention it, you guys were talking about school. I'm really, really looking forward to it, Mike. As much content as I can put out on general stuff, mortgage is very specific. Hey,
Yeah.
Matt, what do you think about this market I'm in? Here's what I can do. I plan on being in this number of years. All these variables, I cannot wait to be live on school doing that one-on-one,
Yeah.
a small intimate setting where 7 people join or 11 people join, and we can talk about their individual scenarios. That is immensely valuable, because I've talked to people where at the end of 10-minute conversation, I realized, wow, I just saved him $7,400. He was thinking about doing this, structuring it this way. And because of that, he say, like, that's real money, right? And so,
Yeah.
Anybody who's close to that point of putting in offers, maybe they already did, they got something accepted, or maybe they're thinking about a refinance and they don't really trust this person they're talking to. We can do break-even analysis on refi. We can look at how you've got a purchase structured. And, I can't think of a better way to spend your time if you're a buyer than just, having access to somebody who's written hundreds of millions in mortgages. And I'm looking forward to it, because I, like, all of us, I think, share one thing in common, Mike. We like to add value. I feel the value being added when I'm talking people through mortgage structure and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to sometime in the next 10 days. I think we'll have it booked on school where we'll go for an hour. We'll go, whoever's got whatever questions, and it's your private room to get in there and ask whatever questions you want. Some people don't want to ask them on YouTube Live or other formats, but this is a private community where you can ask anything, and I'm going to give you honest feedback.
Yeah, if you guys haven't caught what Matt's really talking about, is Matt is volunteering an hour of his time inside my school community. So he's not creating his own. Inside my school community, he will create a calendar. He'll put in his Zoom link. You'll all get notified it's coming. All of that content, any of my milliners put out, will only live on school. We won't take it and repurpose it anywhere. I will create a folder. I'll get the file so you have the replay. This is why One Rental at a Time is special. It's not just me. It's a collection of folks who have their domain expertise, who want to give and give back. Matt's been doing it on this channel for, I think, 3+ years. Ty's, 4+ years. Elaine, a year plus. So, and these are just 3 of the millionaires that keep coming back. So I look forward to you scheduling that, and look forward to it being a monthly event, just at different times, whenever it works for you. We'll schedule it out a couple weeks. And I just, it's so awesome to have a platform and a community that you can just merge together. So thank you for that, Matt.
For sure.
Ty, we're going to go back to you, bud. We've talked every week for seemingly 3 years now. You spent some time at the house with Olivia and I, and we had some private conversations. I think this summer, well, I'll say it this way. I think the next 18 months are going to be harder than the last 2 years for most people. I think the next 18 months for the folks who do the work, who understand how to architect deals, who are not afraid, in Matt's point, to write an offer on something that's been out for 40 some days with 20K in credit. I think the housing market's going to become even more bifurcated, where the clean, pretty, below the median sells and everything else lingers.
Yep.
I'm excited for what's coming, but people got to do the work, man. What do you think?
Spot on. It's all about doing the work. It's all about, I mean, that's the mantra. You got the hat on today. I love it. So yeah, it's all about doing the work. And I would say that this is, again, bifurcation. You've got agents that are kind of, agents, investors, kind of people that are like popcorn. They popped in and, and they've had some success. I'm happy for you, if that's you. But this shift in the market, this is the time that we've got to skill up. We've got to stay close to, great conversations like, what you do on daily financial news, what you do on the channel, the fact that you've got the school community, all of that. This is the time to skill up. It was interesting. I was with some groups over the last couple of weeks. A lot of guys could talk the talk. Like they could say, and I could hear them talking about, this and all the different things, but now it's more than just talk the talk. It's walk the walk, do the work. And so I'm excited about what's to come, and I'm excited to be a part of this community. So yeah, join us, subscribe, join us, jump in on school. And yeah, thank you, Michael, for all that you do, brother.
I can't wait to see what you do the first time on school, like creative financing or talking to agents. I look forward to you having your session. So that should be fun.
Yeah. And we're going to get you those originals too. We're going to get you the originals.
Wow.
You're going to get that. I think it's about 8 or 10 hours of the creative finance course that I don't sell.
Right.
I'm giving it. I created it for Michael originally. So it'll be a part of school. It's about 8 to 10 hours, creative finance. It's all realtors. So I'm literally breaking down creative finance to realtors. You're going to have that. That's going to be a free bonus as a part of school. The only other way that people can get it, I am not even offering it, but it'll be a part of a big package that I'll offer someday. But you'll have it now. You'll have it this week. So
there you go. There you go. Well, Elaine, let's go back to you as we wrap this up. We'll go to Matt to close it out. But Elaine, insurance is an important part of the real estate cycle. You've got to, you get into, like, if somebody gets into contract on a new deal, they should really be reaching out to insurance day one, right? It's
day one. You want to know how much that premium is going to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
and again, go ahead.
Effectively, it affects your profit margin.
Yeah. And the other thing I would say is if you've been in the real estate game a while and you think you know what insurance costs, you don't know what insurance costs. The last 12 to 18 months, we've had significant inflation increases, both in auto and real estate, housing, rentals. Some of my insurance quotes are up 40%. So again, I really think it's paramount for somebody to have an insurance broker in their Rolodex. Elaine, you're part of the hub. You've helped me repeatedly on cancellations. Where would people reach out to you? What's the best number?
The best number is 559-696-9196. They can call or text that. And then again, my email is Elaine, ELAINE, @fastsavings.co. That's the
Folks,
best.
just text her 559-696-9196. Let's cut out all this stuff. Just text her. Let her know you came from One Rental at a Time so she knows who you are. You're not some creep online. But just text her and get it started. Matt, I think you're right, buddy. Rates start, drifting lower. At some point, it's going to unlock that what's called marginal demand. If you've been thinking about buying, you've been on the sidelines for a while, I strongly recommend you get pre-approved. You know what you can afford so you can structure deals the right way. How do they get started with you and your team?
With my team, we're in 48 states. Greatmortgagebroker.com. Fill out a quick form where you're at, what you're looking to do. As Elaine was speaking and as you guys were talking, I thought to myself, like, knowledge is power. And so people that don't know, sticking your head in the sand is not a good strategy. Whether it comes to renewing insurance, looking at options, whether it comes to, buying an investment piece of real estate, like you just have to go out there and seek the knowledge. What you do with it is up to you. You might decide not to act, and that's fine. But having no idea what insurance premiums are, like go out there and figure it out. Not knowing what it looks like to put 5 or 10% down on your first house, go out there and find out. And then you might decide against it, right? But those are the conversations that the people that are winning are having with me and my team is, okay, that's doable. Like I thought it would be worse, right? And I'm going to move forward. Or, you know what? At this current time, I got this living situation where fortunately I can live with my parents and I don't need to buy. Okay. whatever the case may be, you don't know what you don't know. So knowledge is power. Go out there and get yourself some knowledge. In a lot of circumstances, going to greatmortgagebroker.com, getting yourself pre-approved, it's free, right? There's no excuse not to go out there and seek this knowledge, especially when people are giving it away. So we're happy to talk to you no matter where you're at in that cycle, submitting offers this weekend or just getting started and might not buy for 5 years. Greatmortgagebroker.com will connect you with someone who can help.
There you go. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being part of the hub. Thank you for being go-givers, helping people all the time. Ty, ty@tylg.com, Elaine, 559-696-9196, and Matt, the mortgage guy at greatmortgagebroker.com. Keep it up. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.